TURV requested over here on investorshangout.com. Currently at 62 cents. I'm sorry, 62 cents. I put a support line down there at 60 cents as well that we can see running across over here. You guys are hitting a little bit of a resistance level at 62 currently right now. And then off of that, the next one's going to be about 64, it looks to be. The high of 63.89. Where is this one at? So yeah, 64. We'll go with 64 as being the level off of that. And there, after that, it's going to be much higher, in my personal opinion, about 70 cents following up off of that. So it looks like about 64 and then a 70 as far as resistance levels go. With that being said, I'm just going to pop that one up there so I don't forget. You guys came up here really nicely off of that 10-day simple moving average that you see down here. Unfortunately, left you guys with a few gaps here, and the volume right now is at 120,000 shares, and you guys had 242. So you've seen that the volume has dropped off a little bit as well. In my personal opinion, every time it rides the top of that Bollinger Band, it starts pulling back. If you see where this is at right now, outside that upper Bollinger Band, it'll pull back after a few days of moving here. So it will ride that Bollinger Band up. Right now, I would watch for a break of that 64 and this volume to remain, but keep in mind that you do have those gaps there. So looking at the gaps back in here, they do end up coming back down to fill, but not really right away either. Yeah, I would watch this one. I think that it can keep going from here as long as this volume continues. We've went through this one back on February 15th and taking a look on where it was at then. I mean, basically went sideways there and then started breaking those support lines that we put in there and then came back down to where it's at now. So we'll see if Joe has anything to add on this as well.
Yeah, so I pulled up their 10K that was over here from March 30th for the period ending December 31st, 2016. So just kind of looking at that. There were a lot of different things going on. I mean, they had land that I believe they sold it seems. But this thing's extensive too, as always. Always the last one, Murphy's Law, right? So I'm going to find it. I'm just scrolling down. Because everything seems to be written out. So they had some legal proceedings too. And all right, so for the year ended December 31st, the gross margin of 272,000 was due to the margin on greenhouse leasing operations. So let's see. Let me scroll up. It's all written out. It's not like, you know what I mean? All right, so during the year ended December 31st, 2016, we recognized revenues from greenhouse leasing operations of 204,000 compared to 947,000 in revenues from greenhouse leasing operations during the year ended in December 2015. All right, so which, as mentioned previously, was substantially written off in 2016. Other revenues during the year ended December 31st, 2016 was 68,000 compared to 78,000 for the year ended December 31st, 2015. For the year ended December 31st, 2016, the gross margin of 272,000 was due to the margin on greenhouse leasing operations. For the year ended December 31st, 2015, the gross margin was 822,000. Also, primarily due to the greenhouse leasing operations margin that was substantially written off in 2016. So during the year ended December 31st, 2016, expenses from operations were 3,877,000 compared to 2,224,000 the year ended December 31st, 2015. The increase of 1,653,000 was primarily due to higher general and administrative expenses resulting from the write-off of Sun Cannon accounts receivable and advances in the first quarter and higher legal fees. So during the year ended December 31st, 2016, other expenses were 2,090,000 compared to 1,313,000 for the year ended 2015. The increase in the other expenses of $777,000 was the result of an increase in GrowCo interest expense of $543,000 and a $241,000 increase in warrant and stock option expense. So let's see. So these figures produced a net loss from continuing operations of $5,695,000 for the year ended December 31st, 2016, compared to a net loss of $2,715,000 for the year ended 2015. The loss due to discontinued operations was $2,624,000 for the year ended in December 2015, compared to a loss of $1,025,000 for the year ended in December 31st, 2015. So you know what, they must there's a spelling error right there, because the 2,624, that should be for the year ended 2016 compared to the loss of 1 million for 2015. But they basically just had it both written as both 2015. So the increase was due to a loss from disposable intangibles of $887,000, a loss from disposable of assets of $359,000, and a $90,000 decrease in gross margin from farming operations. I mean, there's a lot more obviously within this. And I mean, I'm wondering if they're going from like the leasing direction of leasing their land to doing something with water. So I mean, it's something to do with the latest press release right here. Two Rivers announces formation of water redevelopment company, and that was from March 28th, 2017. And that right there is Two Rivers Water and Farming Company is pleased to announce that it has created a separate company to focus on existing and future investments in water. The new subsidiary is Water Redeveloped Company, a Delaware corporation. Water Redevelopment has completed its first initial seed capital of $257,000. After its first initial round, Two Rivers owns 99% of Water Redevelopment Company. But I mean, there's obviously a lot more in regards to that too. So with this one right here, David, it requires more due diligence as always, and it's right there at your fingertips. So just go right over the TURV board on Investors Hangout, and right there you'll see the company profile, the time it sales, the recent news, the filings, the financials, the buy rating. And if you have an opinion on the company, feel free to share it with the tens of thousands of like-minded investors that we have using the site daily by posting right over there on that Two River Water and Farming Company board on Investors Hangout. I mean, this one right here is they're on a QB. So it's a QB, but their share structure is not even up to date on the thing. So that's something I'd want to look at too. It hasn't been updated since 2014. So I'd have to find that in the filings and whatnot. But that's that, David. Go for it.
All right, so we're looking at it right now. TURV, all that stuff that Joe just went over, completely free and available over here on Investors Hangout. Back on the chart right now at 62, and I said can't keep going from here unless volume slows. Resistance at 64.70, support at 60.55.52, and gap at 58.60. If that volume slows, that buying pressure, it will pull down fast. Otherwise, it could keep going. But like I said, depends on that volume and buying pressure. Really riding the top right now, and that RSI is at 60. So that right there tells me it could keep going. But we'll continue to watch this one as well. TURV. If you follow us, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. We'd appreciate that. And join us for our next live show, investorshangout.com/live. And if you would like to help this thing get out there, just get out there and share this video. We'd appreciate that.